Yes, hello everyone. I was having some issue with the stream. It was showing a black screen on my side for some reason, but I think now things are good. Things are good. I will put on my professional glasses. And let's do this. Okay, let's first get make some more assets that we are going to be using. Maybe let's get the promos out of the way and then we can jump right into the stream. So Human Generator is an amazing add-on that basically, let me reduce this muziki for a bit. So Human Generator is an add-on for Blender that is basically a library of characters that you can pose, rig. They're already rigged. They come with facial expressions and different poses that you can switch from. A library of hairstyles, a library of clothes, a library of poses, expressions, anything you can think of that will be necessary for creating a full character is going to be in this library, and you can customize the character in any way you want. So get it if you want to. I'll be leaving a link in the description. Hello T3D, how are you? Hello Fadi, now we can see you. Yes, you can. I've been doing this for quite a bit. Showing it's been a while since I last saw you here. A nice emoji or whatever you have in your thumbnail. Nice. And Simply Cloth is also another library of clothes. You can dress up your character, or you can even dress up your scene with bed sheets, paper, I don't know, whatever you can think of. It's going to be packed in this add-on, and you can look at some of the libraries, some of the clothes in the library. You have shoes, belts, masks, anything you can think of, shirts, dresses, lingerie, anything. Again, links are provided in the description. Then finally, we have Botanical, which is an amazing add-on for vegetation and things like that. OMG, I have the same laptop. Oh, you do? Nice. Yeah. That's what I'm using, but unfortunately it's not powered. Yeah, right. Yeah, 50. A 1050. Can you see that? Let me see. Actually, I don't think you'll be able to see that. It's a 1050 as well. Let me see. Is it a... Yeah, so my desktop is a 1060, and this one is a 1050. A 1050. Where's my mouse? Yeah, I have mouse with borders on, so sometimes it confuses me where my mouse is. It was on my desktop. So this is let's see GPU. Where is my GPU? Yeah, it's a 1050 Ti. Yeah. Hello, Mousetop Studio. How are you? Yeah, got me excited there. But let's go back. So Botanical, I've been saying this a lot. It's an amazing library for trees, vegetation, scattering vegetation, rocks. Everything you need is going to be here. You can just look at the library of trees. Again, links are provided in the description. And getting these add-ons really helps out the channel quite a lot, helps pay the bills, my internet and anything. So yeah, let's jump in and try to make a matching army using Mixamo. Yeah, so let's jump to Mixamo for a minute. Mixamo. Yeah, if you don't know Mixamo, who doesn't know Mixamo? I'm sure most of you know already what Mixamo is. Are they not going to sign me out? Hey, Jose LBS, how are you? Yeah, I expected that. Let me first log in. Log in with Google. Hello, Happy Gamer, how are you? Have you been playing any games? Which render engine will you use? I'm likely going to be using Eevee because since we're going to be dealing with animation, it's going to be very hard to work with cycles for this one. Which software is better, Maya? I'm a bit biased, so I'll choose Blender any day, since it's what I use mostly. So let's get a knight. A knight. I'm sure we have. Mixam has a knight we could use. They don't? Let's go to Sketchfab. Maybe we can get a character from there and rig him up with Mixamo. I'm sure I've used a knight before from Mixamo. I don't know, it seems they removed him or something. I definitely remember a knight. Huh. Interesting. Interesting. Let's see if we can get a free one. From here. Let's see, downloadable. Now this one would be amazing if they are free. Maybe this one could also be good. This one, we have a few contenders. And see, is this one downloadable? Ah, this one is a free model. That's why I love the 3D community. They're so generous. This one is a downloadable. I think you have to add attribution, or you credit the creator. I think this is Nick Scott. Nice. Though this one might be a bit difficult to animate, especially if the cloth is. So this one is also downloadable. You want to find an easy one. Night and day improvement from the Dell, and I bought a new laptop. It is an Asus M16 RTX 30 Ti, and gave the Dell one to my brother. So you gave up this one. Yeah, this one is a bit slow. That's why you see I just use it to have my music and preview the live stream on it, but I don't really use it much because it's a bit slow. Yeah, I want to get. Let me see so what makes these Roman knights look Roman? I think we can. I would like to see their faces. One with a face. I think this one. We can use this one. This one is by My Cola. If you guys want to give this guy a follow, will you create an environment or import one? I'm going to create the environment as well. I think that. Hello, Nano Studio. How are you? Okay, so let's get this. FB, let me get GLTF. It's much easier to set up. 300 MBs. Okay. As that's downloading, let's start working on the environment. Let me switch to scene 1. Okay. Okay, so let's I want to have a scene where we have some Roman buildings in the background and maybe a wheat. Is it a wheat farm or I don't know. Let's see. Let's first create a terrain. I'm going to grab some hills, a mountain. Mountain. I'm currently modeling 2 houses. Hey, Anav. Thank you, Modo Lamin, for subscribing. Okay, let's start setting up a few things here. Now, like I said, we're going to be using Eevee. So let's set up a few things. Let's set up the sky. It will be a pre-thumb. Bring this about 0.2. Hey, Kelly Johnson, thank you for following through on this one. Top, yeah, you're welcome. And thank you for the $2. I really appreciate that. Yeah, I want to see how we can do, and I think we're going to be using Eevee. I hope you don't mind, because cycles, I can't really do cycles animation with this PC. So yeah, because actually everything you see from this for me is game level because I'm making a game. Oh, nice. Have you shared some of your work, Nano? And Kelly, I'm glad you're here because yeah, I wanted to make sure that you're available when I'm doing this. You're fine with Eevee? Great. Okay, so I want to have maybe a valley. So the camera can be a bit lower. Maybe let's set up the composition a bit. And let's go to sculpt mode and use Dino Topo. I have a scene I'm imagining. Maybe let's do, yeah. So maybe like a valley here. I'm sitting on your Discord server. You mean you're sending through the Discord server? Nice. Let me change. There's an option to check the brush angle to be instead of using, because right now it works in the based on the normals of the faces you're brushing or you're painting on. I remember seeing an option where you could change the direction to be let's see. So this is normal. I don't remember. Anyway, so we want maybe so we can have the camera maybe somewhere here. And call this Roman army. I'll make a demo version of the game because I don't have such a big budget for a full game. You make a demo version of the game. Why not just scale down your game and release a full complete game, but maybe scale down a bit instead of just releasing a demo? Would that make more sense? Unless if you are hoping that someone might buy your demo. Okay, so let's have some clouds in the sky. Let me just bring this a bit down maybe. And maybe bring in a sun. Around contact shadows. Okay, have a sun and yeah, I wanted to add in some clouds, so let's go to the shader editor. We still need that procedure city you did earlier up. Yes, I updated it. Uploaded it. If you want to check the page right now, it should be there. Did I? Yeah, I think I did upload it. What was I thinking? I want to. Oh, clouds. Go to the sky texture. I'm going to import an image texture here. Resources. I have some skies. Okay. Instead of using an HDRI, I'm just going to use this mirror ball here. It works very well for stuff like this. So I can use it, blend it with the sky texture. So color, mix, RGB, and just have this blended. Now, if we look here, it should just change the mapping here to, sorry, it should be not an image, but an environment texture. Forgetting the procedures, it should be an environment texture, and just link the mirror image and call this a mirror ball, and we should have clouds. Now they are facing the wrong direction, so I am just going to map this, rotate this on the X 90 degrees. Hey Kapil, how are you? Yeah, let me know what time it is your side, guys, so that I can know if this is a good time for everyone. Yeah, I want to change this to maybe overlay. Okay, so we have the clouds. Let me see if we change it to equal something. What is happening? Okay. Oh, so now I have a sky. Now, I think I should use the mirror ball instead of the, and just rotate this 90 degrees, gives me a better sky. ST scammer is 10 p.m. Okay. Wisdom white at 5:03 p.m. Nice. Okay, so it's not very late for you guys, which, yeah, it's not very late, which is good. Okay, so let me see if the soldier download has finished. Okay. Yeah, we have the night here. Open folder. Let me extract files. Sorry, my internet cut internet HDS cut off, and it's back now. Oh, sorry about that. So you're meaning your internet is not very stable? That's unfortunate. Okay, so let's import in the character. So I'm just going to do file import. What is this? It was GLTF download compressed night, and I should have the character here. Hopefully the textures have also imported. Yeah, if you're just getting here, and yeah, we're trying to make a marching army, Roman army. And yeah, if you like this type of content, you can leave a like. It would be amazing. So please, can you show me how you did the clouds? Okay, the model is still importing, sorry. I'm going to show you in a minute. Okay, seems quite heavy for some reason. Hey, UT Space, thank you for the donation. Really appreciate that. Thank you. It will go to my internet bill, so I appreciate that. I really do appreciate that. Okay, so we have our model here, which is, again, this is a model from, this is not my own model. This is a model I've just got from Sketchfab, and it's by my caller. So if you want to check out his profile and maybe give him a follow, I think, let me repost his page here. Show him some love. Okay, but I think the model is a bit too heavy, and it's not rigged. So we're going to do a couple of things. Let me first make sure that it's a single mesh. Actually, it's quite a dense mesh, so we need to really reduce the polygon count on this. So let me first join that. It's a really well-made model. Join that. And I'm going to first reduce the polygon count on this. So I'm going to decimate this to about 0.1. It still looks good, so thank you, and you done 1D for subscribing. I really appreciate that. Okay, let's also decimate the head. 0.1. We don't need that much detail. We can also decimate the head, the heart. 0.1. Then just join this to this. The hair is unnecessary since we have a texture under it. I'll also decimate this. Can join the, I just need to make sure that everything is a single mesh. Another thing I'm going to do, these textures are quite big, I'm sure. So I'm going to use my optimize my quick functions add-on to optimize some of those textures so that they don't slow down my viewport quite a lot. Another thing I want to do is I will have to re-upload this back to Mixamo so that I can rig it up and make it much easier to animate because we want to use some of the animations from Mixamo. So let's go back. Okay, Blender just crashed. Okay, hopefully I was saving. I'm not sure. Okay, I had not saved, which is quite unfortunate. Okay. Anyway, let's re-import the character. So actually, I'm just going to do that in a new blend so that I make the whole process much easier for me. So let me file import GLB compressed night shield GLTF. Okay, so we have this. Let me see how many. Okay, this is a lot of images. I think that's why the viewport is slowing down. So let's first try optimizing the textures. Yeah, another way to optimize the textures, I'm just going to go to the folder directly because I think, I don't know, my Addon is having issues optimizing this. I'm just going to go to Photoshop, edits, just go into Photoshop and scale this down a bit, quite a bit, because I think, let me see, you can see each image is almost 12 MBs and they are PNGs. And if you look at the details, they are 4K, all 4K textures. And so if you load all of that into Blender, it's going to really slow down things. So let's just use Photoshop to scale things down. Let me just make sure I'm not showing any stuff. Yeah, doesn't matter. Let's see, I'm just going to import one image like this. And just do a turn on actions. Where is this? Yeah, actions. And do a new action. Should resize image size by resize this to 1024 by 1024. Then file, save. We don't need. Okay, and then close. Okay, and now I think we can import the other images. It's a tedious process, but it's really going to be very, very important since we're going to need a lot of characters. If we try to load all those textures in, we are basically not going to be able to do anything because it's going to be very, very slow for us. So let's first scale down the textures to a manageable texture size. And if you also realize that when you try to render using cycles, it gives you errors like you've run out of memory. This is one of the issues. If you have too many images, okay, I made a mistake. I should have stopped recording the actions before. I should have stopped recording the actions. I guess I can just go back here. Just remove all these. Okay, and then I can just do this. just play through the actions until, so this is just helping me resize all the images into something more manageable. And I'm seeing some textures that are not even necessary to use in Blender. Oh, thank you, Kapil. You're welcome. Another thing I could have done is change the format to JPEG, but I think that would also just add an extra step that I don't want. We are almost done. Now let's see now if that has. Yeah, you can see now all the images are lighter, and it should also be lighter now on our setup. So if I go to the textures here, they should even load a bit faster than before. Oh, though I think because Blender first may not be loading the ones we have just resized. So let's make sure that we are actually reloading the ones that we have just resized. Let me go to File, Import. It's this setup that you have to do in the at the start that kind of sucks, but when you do it, it should make everything much faster. And I think now things are loading a bit faster. Now let's make the character more optimized in terms of wireframe. So I'm going to join these pieces together, Shift J, and then decimate them. Decimate by, that's good enough. This should also be decimated. Get rid of the beard. Decimate this, 0.1, apply. Decimate this, 0.1, apply. I'll also decimate this, 0.1, apply. You can do the legs, decimate, 0.1, apply. I just join this into a single mesh. Okay. Call this Roman guy, Roman soldier. And I can see even the textures are now loading much faster. The viewport is much faster as well. And I'm going to group this into a new collection called Soldier. Okay. Now I'm just going to copy this, paste it in the blend file. I'm just going to have this in a collection called Soldier. And hit OK. Okay, let's create some material for this terrain. New, I'll use my texture folder. Ground. Can use some rocks. Like your works, bro. I love you. Thank you, Achi Pass Storo. Thank you. Sorry if I'm butchering your name, but thank you. I do a cube projection here. Let me add a color mix RGB. Yes. Overlay. Okay, now how are we going to approach the soldiers? Hello, Kanzari. Hey, Tim, how are you? Glad to see you. Okay, let's see. Let's see how we're going to approach the soldiers. So if we have a plane like this, with a few subdivisions, and give it a shrink wrap, and select this ground as the shrink wrap, we can move it around, and it will always be on the surface. And we can also add a constraint, a shrink wrap constraint, which will make things much more smoother when we shrink wrap. So we can use a shrink wrap constraint, select again this as the object, so that the pivot point is always on the surface, like that. Then we can give this system a hair particle system, like that. We can remove any hair length and turn on advanced. And velocity, we can just simply use the Z direction. And then for the render, we want to use the soldier as our object. Now, if we look at this, let me make sure that I'm not rendering or showing the instancer. Hey, cut guy. Okay, how are you? Let's get the rotation. Now, getting the rotation is usually the hard part here. I think we might, let me get the soldier. We want the pivot point to be at the end there. Apply rotation. I think we want to rotate them 90 degrees like that, so it can be standing on this side. So I think it should be the opposite direction. So rotate X negative 90 degrees, rotate X negative 180 degrees. Yeah, so we have some soldiers standing, and here we can give them our velocity. I need to bring this. So right now we have about 1,000. Let's do 100. Okay. So we have this many soldiers. They are rotating. They are facing the wrong direction. So let's go to the particle system. Randomize, change the phase so they are facing directly us, and randomize them, give them some random rotation like that. And maybe we can scale them down a bit. Scale the height. I have a Roman pack. Hey Jackson Studios, how are you? I think I have a medieval asset pack. Let's see. Rome. I have some Roman buildings we can place in the background. Let's make sure we have some ambient occlusion on. Like we want a Roman city in the background. Should help out with how things look. And in the sky, let's reduce the how blue the sky is. Maybe what do you use to edit videos? I rarely edit my videos, but if I'm editing, I'm usually using Premiere Pro as my go-to. Okay, so let's try animating these characters and see. And all we have to do for the animation is get the original character and rig him up. So this is the guy. Let me apply the rotation for a bit. I need to export him maybe as FBX on my desktop because I need to re-import him as let me apply the scale as well. We need to rig him up using Mixamo. So let's do export FBX desktop. I don't need the textures on him, so I can just remove them so that the export is much faster. So export and as he's importing or uploading, okay, I'm not sure why this is hanging every time. This is why I don't like using Eevee quite a lot because it hangs up a bit sometimes, a lot of times. But let's see. Let me see. Has this still uploading? For doing this live stream. It really helps. Oh, thank you, Daco. Thank you, Daco. See, the upload is a bit slow, but as that's working, I want to see how this would look. Let me see if I remove. Play with the exposure a bit. Okay. So we can have groups of armies in different areas. Let's add some trees. Maybe it will make the environment look much better. I think we can add some palm trees. Is this a palm tree? Yeah. Yes, some palm trees. Try things together. I think this is going to look far better in cycles, but the animation part, I don't think I can manage rendering that in Eevee. Sorry, in cycles. Add some dust. I think in this case it should be a translucent dust instead of emissive. Okay, let's see. Okay. It doesn't seem like my model uploaded or whatever. Let's try just animating this character out by ourselves. Where is the character? So it's this guy here. Let's create our own rig. I'm going to reduce the poly count on these. Sorry, let's try 100 as we're working. Let's do, this should be in front. Okay. We are going to create a very basic rig. Just okay. And this the live is sometimes lagging. Are you sure it's not on your side? Because it seems okay on my side. Okay, let me grab these. Shift D, mirror this on the X. Parent this to this. Keep offset, grab this. Keep offset. Actually, I think we should have a bone here, where these can be parented. Keep offset like that. Running fine for you? Yeah, I think it could check. Maybe it's on your side, because I don't think it's on my side. Okay. So this bone here shouldn't be. Let me go to pause mode. It shouldn't deform the mesh. So let's select everything. Control P. Cross our fingers. See if I need to apply the rotation on this. Apply the scale. So Control P with automatic weights. Okay. Apply scale. Apply scale. Okay, seems we might have an issue here. Not sure why. Let's see. Control P with envelopes. That's I thought you gave this audio. No. I wouldn't do that. Okay, so our rig. Okay, this character doesn't rig very well. Let me see. With automatic. Control P. Okay, bone hitting failed. That usually means that the rig is not. It's going to be very difficult to get this character to rig. The foot needs adjusting. The rig, yeah, it needs adjusting, but we have a bigger problem here. The character doesn't rig very well. So the other option we can do is set up the weights ourselves. So let's go to the vertex groups of this. I think That's going to take a lot of time, like creating our own vertex groups. Use Mixamo. Yeah, I tried to look for a rigged, a Mixamo character, a knight character. Yeah, oh, this is the guy I used. I remember, I think, the knight here. Like, yeah, let's just get a character directly from Mixamo. I think it's going to save us quite a lot of time than trying to rig the soldier ourselves. Now let's get some walk animation. So let's go back here. We won't be using this character. It's just too much trouble to get him to work right. So let's import this paradigm. We already rigged. We just need to decimate him. And optimize the textures. So this is the soldier we're going to use. And we can get the walk cycle. Maybe this. That's a lazy walk. I want. Yeah, this one, but we want the character to be in one position. So let me download without skin and import the animation. Try match animation. Oh, there is a match animation. Match. I don't think there is. No. So we can import that animation file. Import FBX. Start walking. And you can see what we have. I just have to copy these and I just paste them on here. Actually, you just need to go here. Let me just go to the action editor. The action editor, which should be dope sheet action editor, and just get this animation. Let me see what animation this is using. So let's call this walk. Just use it here. Perfect. So I can delete this. And to make this work, we want the character to be in one place while they're walking. So I'm going to go to the timeline. We want the character to move in one place. So we can make... Actually, there should be a... Because this character is starting... You want a walk animation that loops. Yeah, this walk, it will look better than the walk we have. So without skin, download. Come back in and file import FBX, get the walking again, and let's go back to the action editor. Actually, since we might need that again, let's go back here, use the dope sheet action editor. I'll call this walk. Yeah, more authority behind the posture. Yeah, I think so. So this should use that animation. Yeah, it's more firm, and it will look much better. So then we can go to the timeline curves. I just want because I don't want the character to move forward. We can do that animation using a different system. And I think that is controlled. Because if you try to loop, let me show you why I'm trying to do this way. So if we get this walk and try to loop it, it will just jump back like that. It won't loop. So instead of doing that, we need to find out, I think this is the node we don't want. So yeah, so we can have them stay in one position, and now we can loop this as many times as we want, and the character will look continuously, like they're continuously walking. And now we just need this mesh, and let me make sure that let me try having this in a collection called soldier. Grab our instance here and just change this from object to collection, and see if we can get the soldier. Select whole group. Let's just get Paladin. Now you can see the character now walks, or the soldiers will look like they're walking. We just need to give them the right rotation. So maybe scale them up a bit. Let's use 200 soldiers. And we can now create we can animate this. Let me see, can we use a curve object on top of this? If I have a curve object like this, let me see if I can have these move along this path. Actually, do we need to do that? Let's just animate them walking from one point to the other through this valley. That's one other thing I don't want to see is the rotation of these. Let me remove the phase. Yeah, so it's kind of snapping. Let's try object Z, remove the randomization and everything. Yeah, this is the issue with using the particle system. You can never know how to control the rotation. So let's try just using geometry nodes to instance these particles or these characters. So we can do, let me first remove the particle system here and just create a new geometry nodes. Now we can use points, distribute points on faces. Now each point is going to be a soldier, so we can bring in our paladin object and do an instance on point. So we can just select the instance like this. And we have to scale them down. I think we need to apply the scale of the mesh. We need very few particles. You don't want as many. We need to rotate these 90 degrees. Okay, you see, with the particle system, that made things much easier. I'm not sure why the scale has just changed again. I think we have keyframes in the... I need to remove all the scale keyframes here. Just apply scale again. Let me bring back the mesh so we can see what's going on, because some of them look like they are floating in the air, and that could be. Let's use and project nearest. So each system you use is going to have some disadvantages, and this could be because I don't have enough subdivisions. I need to go back to the geometry nodes. Just bring the instance somehow still this is not showing. Nice work, keep going. Thank you. Okay, I'm sick. Yeah, there are a lot of issues here. Some of the things that are happening here, I'm not sure. For example, this should show the original plane, but it's okay. Here is the original plane. Oh, we need multiple subdivisions on this to get it to look right. So that we don't have any floating characters, we do need yeah, so you can see now everything is seated on the floor as expected. One other thing, I think because we're using this here, every time the shape of the mesh changes, the distribution also changes. So maybe we can reduce this to instead of using points, distribute points on faces, I'm just going to distribute directly on the meshes so that we don't have that jumpy stuff going on. So these look more like modern soldiers than that. We're still having that snappy effect. I think we can use projection. Yeah, you know, I think this is harder than I expected, to be true to you. It's just quite, let me make sure that in the, this is also set to project. Let me remove this and just, okay, I think that's much better. They're going a bit faster, so let's slow them down. Yeah, I think maybe a little bit more so that they are not sliding. Hello, Antonio Ribeiro. Can you space them more and reduce the count? Okay, to space them more, because we're using, we are distributing directly on each vertex, we would either have to remove some vertices or just use pick instance. So I can do pick instance that will remove everything, but I can also use a random value and use a boolean, and that should can just randomize how many characters I remove. Now these look more like modern soldiers than Roman soldiers, but if you get I can have this work cycle. Okay. We can go back to the original knight, which is, who is this one? This one. Make a few adjustments to him. Let me see. We can just join this here. Give him, so to make him look more Roman, let me see. Let's look at some Roman soldiers and see. We need to change a few things about him. So these shields, we should give them a metallic look. Just going to create a new material. Just now I was saving, so nah. Give this a metallic rook. And again, I'm just making sure that these soldiers don't have a lot of textures, high detail textures, because if I do that, it's the project is going to become too heavy to handle. Okay. Now this headgear as well can just use the same metal. And this can just create another material. Just give it a red. Maybe this other hammer as well can let's see now. So you could put your camera in front of your face. Yeah, I can do that. I guess That makes it that I have to worry about what is in the background, which I don't want to be bothered by. There isn't much, but keeping the camera looking straight to the screens here. I know directly in front of what I'm saying. I know I'm not showing anything that I shouldn't. They stop matching after a bit. Yeah, they stop matching after a bit because that's the end of the animation cycle. And for some reason, when I try to duplicate the animation cycle, Blender crashes. I guess I should duplicate one by one until the walk animation is done. So now they shouldn't. So yeah, they are some naked ladies in the background. Okay. Let's see how this looks in cycles. Now, getting the army to match, I think, is the easiest part. Now, making this look good is making an entire scene out of this, I think, is the harder part. I think you can even break up the army a bit. Thanks very much for uploading videos daily. Thank you, Unknown. Yeah, so you can see how easily you can make the army match. But making it detailed, having detailed characters, that is what is going to make things look more realistic. And maybe rendering directly in cycles. So I think I'm going to end the stream. I'm not sure if Kelly Johnson is still here. Are you still here? But I think that's how you do a matching. I mean, adding the details to make this look. I like how these are kind of climbing off some sort of rock, climbing down a rock there. I think it really adds some nice detail. Yeah, and that's how you can do a matching army. the issue is making it look amazing. But if you want some variation, thank you. If you want some variation, all you have to do is duplicate the character. So I'm going to do Shift D like this, and this time in geometry nodes, instead of using objects, that means we would have to use a collection. A collection. So let's get this move to, so change the object info to collection info. And use the soldier collection. And use peak collection. You can already see that we can give some soldiers a shield. It's good, sir, that you put your picture inside of the video instead of only modeling. Thank you. I have a medieval shield. I should have a medieval shield, but I guess I don't. So let's create a quick shield here. So let's say this is our shield. Will you put this file up on Patreon? Yes, I will. Okay. Thank you, Ande Shayo Yan Iran. Okay, so if you want to have some variation, say maybe you want this soldier to have this shield, all you have to do is we can join this object, this to this. And I'm just going to make sure that this, actually, I think I just need to get this to be parented to any bone here. Control P, bone. So when the shield moves, this moves as well. And then just join this to this shield. And I think I need... I need to assign this to, let's see, this bone collection. So this is left forearm. So you would have to search it in the collection. In the verses. So it's right forearm. Was it left forearm or right forearm? Left forearm collection. So left forearm collection, assign that, and yeah, you can see it's rotating with the hand, but not in the way that I would prefer. So we need to get it to that position, to have it at default position. I think, yeah, now you can see we have some soldiers with a shield and others without a shield. Hey Lachesis, how are you? And we can have others with a banner. So I can again duplicate this. At this time, for the banner again, you would just going to reuse this. or a flagpole. And all this should be assigned to the right forearm. Okay, maybe this should have gone to a different part of the arm so that it doesn't move along. Love your Desert Oasis video. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, this one, to make it look very good, there's just a ton of things we would have to do in a time frame. Actually, this looks not bad in cycles. Maybe we could change. Yo, thank you Rata Fong Im Chan for subscribing. Maybe we could change this sky. Take this 45. And we have Roman soldiers moving around. Yeah, I think I'm going to end the stream here. Hopefully that explains how to do that, Kelly. Of course, you can even set up different animation for these characters and have some variation in your character. But I'm going to end the stream here. It was a short stream, but actually not that short. It's 1 hour and 35 minutes. But thank you for showing up. We'll try this again on because tomorrow I won't be streaming. I'll be doing other stuff. We'll try this again on Thursday. So yeah, stay safe, have a good night or a good morning or a good day for anyone, depending on your time zone. Again, thank you a lot.